She was inside the courtroom today.
Keith, and I was listening very carefully to the judge's comments in this federal courthouse behind me, and I can tell you that he was critical of the state. At one point, he said that DeSantis is not Warren's boss. Instead, you, the people, are Warren's boss. But tonight, ultimately, this case could go either way.
Today's an important day, an important fight for democracy.
Speaking outside federal court in Tallahassee, Tampa's suspended state attorney Andrew Warren appeared optimistic after oral arguments before District Judge Robert Hinkle. Warren wanted a preliminary injunction to immediately get his job back. Judge Hinkle denied that request, saying he didn't want to be, quote, yo-yoing this office, flip-flopping between prosecutors. But in the interest of the public, the judge is expediting this case. At issue, that the governor essentially fire Warren for what he said, potentially violating his First Amendment rights.
The judge was very clear. He wants to get this right once and for all.
Andrew Warren has put himself publicly above the law.
On August 4th, we were there as Governor DeSanti suspended Warren for alleged incompetence and failure to follow state law. Instead of turning to the Florida legislature to get his job back, Warren filed suit, claiming his First Amendment rights were violated because he was suspended for what he said. Today, in a courtroom close to cameras, Judge Hinkle seemed to focus more on issues with the state's case, peppering DeSantis attorneys with questions for 46 minutes. The judge wanted to know why the governor, quote, fired Warren. The reason allegedly unclear from the record. Next, state attorneys are elected in Florida, not appointed, and that means, Judge Hinkle said, the governor is not Warren's boss and can't remove him for policy differences. Finally, citing the record, the court believes Warren did exercise discretion in prosecuting certain low-level crimes like disorderly conduct. But the court did have concerns about a so-called abortion pledge Warren signed. Judge Hinkle wanted to know if Warren would uphold the state's 15-week ban. And so I have been trying for weeks to get Warren to answer that question. Coming up at 6, you can hear what he had to say. I got the chance to ask him specifically again for myself. Keith?
Well, Mahsa, earlier the governor said that Warren was suspended for incompetence. We heard that over and over again. So why did the judge say it's unclear why Warren was suspended?
So the judge had issues because the executive order didn't jive with that press conference on August 4th. The judge said during that press conference, DeSantis, all those sheriffs, it looked like they just had policy differences with Warren. So the judge was unclear about the real reason why DeSantis suspended or essentially fired Warren. But now the big question is, what happens next in this case? I want to bring in our reporter, Libby Dean. Libby was also in court with me today. And Libby, the judge is not wasting any time here.